Dear Pats Nation, it's just about time. Yeah, we're back. You know it's Dear Pats Nation, nation, nation. Yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation, nation, nation. Come on. Yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation. And the show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're back. Dear Pats Nation, what's going on? It's your boy, Toronto's pride and joy, Ray Rout. You're welcome. Welcome to our little show. And of course, I'm here with the angriest, nerdiest mofo in all of Boston, Massachusetts, Mr. Producer Mike. Michael, we are back, Dear Pats Nation. We did a couple of test runs and a couple of things to see if we wanted to do this again. And right now, we want to do this again. What's happening, man?
Excited, man. Ready to go.
Back in the old time slot, too, 10 p.m. For those of you who do want to watch us live, typically we'll be Mondays at 10 p.m. or if the Patriots are playing Monday Night Football, we will be on following the Monday Night Football game. Do they play on a Monday night this year?
Yes, they do. Yep. I think every team gets one.
They all get a Thursday. I don't know if they all get a Monday.
I'll double check the schedule. I thought they did have a Monday night. Maybe it's a Thursday. Maybe I'm wrong.
Who wants to watch the Patriots in prime time anyways? Mike, season starts in 5 days now. Your New England Patriots take on the Raiders Nation, the only nation, the Las Vegas Raiders. Let me ask you this right now. Obviously, a little bit of a fun coaching matchup. Which coach do you think will establish their identity first in this matchup? Will it be Vrabel with his Bill Belichick-like toughness and discipline, giving up 42 points on the opening night? Or will it be Pete Carroll with his veteran culture and energy? And before you answer that, I do want to throw a little shout out that my heart was just breaking watching Bill Belichick get absolutely slaughtered. But do want to point out that college football and the NFL are not the same thing.
No.
Despite what some pundits were maybe trying to get at today. Nesson was excited that this happened, so they could talk about Billy and how it was all Bill Belichick. That team will get better. 70 new players, but no excuses. Bill Belichick. That was not a Bill Belichick game, and I also want to throw a big shout out to my boy Matt Patricia at the Ohio State University, shutting down Arch Manning, the debut against the defending national champions of the world, or at least the United States, and shut him down with 7 points. So good. Anyways, so you got debut matches here with Vrabel returning to New England, where he was once a badass player, now coming in as a coach, and Pete Carroll, once the leader of the Legion of Boom, who blew it all up when he decided to throw instead of run the ball, which of course relaunched that Patriots dynasty back in 2014. Which coach is going to establish their identity first in this game?
I think it's going to be Vrabel. I think despite where the Patriots start on what side of the ball, I think it's going to be that same kind of energy you saw in like the first two preseason games, where they're just going to try to establish that we own the trenches. Whatever they do, they're going to run the football, stop the run, pick the side. I think it's going to be Vrabel. I think Vrabel needs to let it be known that this is his team now.
So Vrabel's also going into this with some injury issues. And right. I know you've got a question for me. I've got a question for you. So on the count of three, we'll ask our question at the same time. No, let me start with my question.
Sure.
And it's around the running game, because there's a big question mark on Mr. Ramondre Stevenson, and he's limited. Do you think that Travion Henderson can step up enough to keep the Patriots offense balanced?
I think he can. And I think this is a lot of what the Patriots are going to do, at least right away in this game, if not for the first couple games. You have those three running backs. You still have Antonio Gibson, who we saw last year. very capable back. So I think regardless of whether Stevenson is fully available or not, you have almost this three-headed monster that they can deploy in any way they choose. And I think Travion Henderson in a Josh McDaniels offense is just going to be one of the most dynamic things we've seen in a while in a Patriots uniform.
Well, and you know what? I mean, you know that Bill Belichick's not on the team because Travion Henderson got drafted, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you've known me since 2017 when I launched Dear Pats Nation. How long have I been screaming, please just draft one running back from Ohio State? Just one. Just give me one.
I used to get texts from Ray when Zeke was on the team, like better late than never.
Oh,
this is amazing.
I was so excited. He could have averaged half a yard per carry, and I would have been going nuts because Zeke is a legend in Ohio. So, all right, you have a question for me.
All right, so my question for you is if Christian Gonzalez is not available for game one or the foreseeable future, how is that going to trickle down for this game and going forward for the Patriots defensively?
Well, when you look at the Raiders depth chart, when you look at the Raiders offense, Geno Smith has always played well against the Patriots. Now, different Patriots team, but you kind of, if you believe in that sports voodoo, guys do step up. Geno Smith always played well. The Raiders are in a more of a rebuild than the Patriots are right now, even though they do have some key defensive pieces.
Yep.
They've got some dogs on offense as well. And I think without I was going to say Gonzo, but I just like, maybe I'll be professional. So instead I just paused and stuttered. Without Christian Gonzalez, I don't know who can easily step into that role. Like Marcus Jones, I have little to no faith in, if I'm going to be real with you, like little to no faith in. Carlton Davis obviously slides him into the number one CB spot, which I don't know. I would have said if they had a guy like Jabril Peppers on the team, maybe he could have went into like a slot corner position. You could have shifted things around a little bit. The Patriots, whether on offense or defense this year, whether they can stay healthy, and teams are going to have periodic moments of injury throughout the year. We know that. But I don't like the depth across the board. And that's a big issue for the Patriots, which will probably be the downfall of this season.
Absolutely, yeah.
We'll get into what we believe our season predictions are going to be kind of near the end. But I believe that they are not a playoff team because of the depth. Because it takes one offensive line injury. It takes a Christian Gonzalez going down. Like, let's not forget, like, this is a team that lost Aqib Talib and went to the AFC Championship game. This is a team that lost Gronk and won the Super Bowl. This is a team that can lose key pieces, but because they have that depth, even with Tom Brady, if you don't give him enough weapons, he can't bring them to that next level. Losing Christian Gonzalez reminds me of the 2017 season when they lost to Philly, but everything was whacked out about that year. It's when they got blown out to Kansas City week 1 and all that. Another big significant thing happened that year. Number one, we lost a wide receiver in the preseason.
Yep.
But Dante Hightower played that whole season on and off, if you remember. He was constantly injured. He got hurt the first game of the season against Kansas City, and then he was off for a couple weeks, and he was back, then he got hurt again. There's certain players that I think when you lose them, you lose a certain spark on your team, and you lose a certain reliability. Hightower is one of those guys. Obviously, Julian Edelman, that was his ACL year. He was one of those guys. On the defense, to me, Gonzalez is who you build your defense around. Like, they built the Patriots defense around Hightower. They've now built the defense. They're building the defense around Gonzalez. When you lose a guy like him, I think you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and you got to see what happens. I mean, this is a Vrabel team as well. This is going to be the defense last year was Bill Belichick's defense that played weak and played soft and did not look like a Patriots defense.
It was bastardized. It was a bastardized Belichick defense. That's exactly what we got.
Yeah, which it was weird because I remember when Mayo came out and he's like, these guys are soft, they're not playing tough, and then Belichick came out like that week and he's like, this is the team that was number 1 in run defense last year, and all these same guys. So
right.
I mean, the fact that Keon White is now lost his starting role, I think shows you that Vrabel is bringing a different look to what the Patriots can look like.
Yep.
Obviously, as you know, I love Christian Barmore. I love Anthony Jennings. We all know why. So, I'd love to see him get his starting position, but can he start over Harold Landry? I don't think right now.
No,
right?
I don't think so. No.
Now, do you want my hot take?
Go for it. Let's hear it.
Alex Austin over Carlton Davis.
CB1. Wow. Okay. I assume you mean if Christian Gonzalez isn't there.
Yeah, I'd move Alex. I'd put Alex Austin to the CB1. Keep Carlton's David. Keep CD at CB2. I think that's where he can play the best.
Yeah, the interesting thing for the Raiders, not to get like too detailed right away, right? But they just added Amari Cooper. They have Jacoby Myers, so their receivers aren't like the biggest threat, right? The biggest threat is, Brock Bowers, and how are you going to handle that? You're probably going to throw Kyle Duggar on him.
Yeah, well, does Kyle Duggar even start? That's the other question, right?
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
But you could see Duggar start only because, again, this would be a great game to have Jabril Peppers.
Shocking.
I just want to keep putting that back on the table. Would have been a great game to have Peppers in, because you could have put him in the linebacker position. You could have put him as the strong safety.
Yeah.
Kyle Duggar maybe gets a lot of looks today because I believe on Sunday, because I believe if Christian Gonzalez is out, you're going to see a lot of double high safety. You're going to see a lot of underneath over the top. Because, the thing is Jacoby Myers is going to kill you underneath, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's what he does. And Amari Cooper and Geno Smith have a history together. Like,
do they?
Right?
I don't think so.
Did I make that up?
I think you might have.
Don't embarrass me on week
opening
1
night.
I got to go to ChatGPT here.
So Amari Cooper's played for the Raiders. He's played for Dallas, and he spent last year in Buffalo, and he was with the Browns for, I believe, like a year as well. So I don't know if he had connection with Geno Smith in any of those.
No, because Geno was obviously the Jets, and then he was the Seahawks. I don't know why in my mind that I have him.
Are you thinking of like? You're thinking of like Tyler Lockett, maybe?
No. I don't know where I got that. Let it go. Let it be.
Yeah, Ray's getting the rust off everybody. It's fine. It's fine.
Let it be. Let it be.
Okay, Paul.
All right, let's get back to the Raiders versus Patriots. Before we set up that quarterback matchup, let me talk to you a little bit about second-year quarterback Drake Maye. Poor kid got the crap kicked out of him last year because no offensive line. I still think he has no offensive line. But in your opinion, Mike, what's the most important step that Drake Maye needs to take in year 2? Is it showing more poise under pressure? Because you did see him panic a little bit last year, but I also think the kid was seeing ghosts. Yeah. Is it being more accurate on his deep throws, which could come up short, which could go far, which could go wide? Or is it just staying consistent in the quick passing game, which I believe with my boy Joshie McDaniels back in, we're going to see a lot of RPOs and play action. But in those 3 areas, which I think were his weaker points last year, which is a very significant part of a football game if you're a quarterback, where do you see him needing to improve the most?
I think where he needs to improve the most for the team to go the furthest is going to be, one, you mentioned the quick passing. This is a little bit of a different offense. That's a staple of the Josh McDaniels offense, obviously. And not that he's bad at that. He's just going to need to be really good with it. And number two, I think is most obvious. He needs to not turn the ball over. He needs to, it can't be like what we saw in that preseason game where I understand everybody wants him to be Josh Allen-esque, but like this team is going to lean on the defense. Don't give the other team the football. Do not, like, zero questions.
So Maxx Crosby, he's a problem.
He is.
Malcolm Koonce is a problem. Koonce, is that right?
Sure.
Koonce? How do you say his name?
Koonce.
Koonce, right? Malcolm Koonce is a problem. They're going to come off the edges.
Mm-hmm.
Can Josh McDaniels, my boy, not yours, my boy, can Josh McDaniels scheme enough chips? Obviously, I think you got to go double tight end a lot. You got to go heavy. You got to chip with Hunter Henry. You got to chip with the guy I wanted 10 years ago before they finally did sign him. Former Falcon.
Austin Hooper. Yep.
Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
Do you chip? Do you chip? Show one, guys. Relax.
Like I said, the rust. It's all good.
It's coming back. Can he call up enough? Can they get those chip plays off? Can he call enough play action? Can they get enough screens to keep Maye clean in the pocket? Because the offensive line is still not good. It's still not good.
No, and I think this is, I was going to start talking about this in the green room, and then I said, let's take it to the floor. I think the biggest problem for the Patriots, not that it's an absolute tire fire like it was, but the tackles in Maxx Crosby. They're either going to switch sides and put him over Will Campbell all night and test the rookie, or they're going to put him over an aged Morgan Moses and just try to gas him, right? So I think you're going to see a lot of 12. I think you could see they just activated a fullback. His name is Jack Westover. He's new. He's a rookie. And probably they're, pick Hunter Henry or Austin Hooper. And I think they're going to do a lot of that. That gets into that Mike Vrabel toughness. I think you're going to be able to help out the tackles. I think you're going to be able to pound the football. Yeah, baby. More 12. We're back in 12. Just like in the glory days.
Well, let's talk about it, though. Is this not a day not having that toughness of Ramondre Stevenson? Is that not? I know he's got ball security issues. It's been like that since a rookie.
Yeah.
But does this not make his injury and his status for the game, which is, I think he's questionable at this point, does this not make it that much more significant? And even if he does play, I don't think you get the full production out of him.
Yeah.
So is he not important in a game like this when you can just get murdered by the edges?
Yeah, I think to your point, right? Like, I think, and hopefully he'll be available. They're probably going to put him on a pitch count, but yeah, this would have been the perfect game to say we need, like, I'm just going to pick a number. On every series, we might need like 4 of these tough runs by Ramondre Stevenson to keep those first downs, coming, keep the chains moving, whereas you may not have that, this go, which is why I said I think you're going to see a lot of the fullback. You're going to see a lot of, potentially Gibson or Henderson, behind that fullback to make it a little bit easier for them.
And then you've got Morgan Moses. Does that mean we're going to see some Marcus Bryant in this game? Are we going to see some Lowe in this game? Because I can't see. I feel like they're going to be rotating that offensive line in and out, right? I mean, maybe we see some Caden Wallace in there. Mike Onwenu, can he play? And is he an every down guard? Again, and I said this when we were just talking about the defense, and I was talking about how offensive line is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
A lot of trouble.
I think they're, like, as it stands right now, your biggest questionable spot is your left guard. We're not even sure who's really playing left guard right now. I think as it stands,
Jared Wilson,
probably, unless they really don't like Garrett Bradbury at center. But although it sounds like Ben Brown might rotate in for him, but
There's nothing worse. I'm sorry to interrupt you. There's nothing worse than having a rotating center. By the way,
Yeah.
like that needs to be your constant, everyday guy. I was watching an interview with like Karras or Carreras, whatever his name was.
Mhm.
Used to be. I was like, remember back in the day when we had like 3 centers on the team? We had Tooney, we had Andrews, and we had Ted Karras. Like 3 guys who could all go into the center role and play center.
And they were all good. They were
Yeah.
all good. Yeah. Just letting it be known Joe Tooney was available this offseason. But yeah, you don't know who your left guard is. That's okay. Yeah, I'm worried. I'm not worried about Will Campbell if they run the ball. Those clips of him in the run game, I think he can handle himself. I'm actually more worried about is Morgan Moses, and you're getting at this from a stamina point, gonna be able to hold up all game, or are both tackles, because he's a rookie, so I guess stamina could be an issue too, right? So do you get big, to your point, and put in an extra offensive lineman for some plays too? That's another interesting.
And I think it'll all depend on what the Raiders decide to come run out on defense. Because, like, if the Raiders do sit back in a soft coverage because they're going to throw the house, I want to point this out here. This is not a joke anymore. Like, I am a believer in Josh McDaniels as an offensive coordinator. I can fully admit, not a great head coach. Probably has some issues. But I believe in him in OC. We've also seen him from a quarterback development standpoint of what he can do. But one thing that Josh McDaniels learned from Bill Belichick, and you see it in his offensive game plans, is putting his quarterback in the position to succeed.
Yes.
Do the Patriots as a team, though, have the discipline in their RPO, in their quick game approach, to punish the Raiders consistently? Because I think that's the only way you can set up. Because if they can't, to me, and that's why I want to read it, if they have no discipline with the RPO, if they don't have discipline in the short game, if they're not willing to throw the screen passes, if they're not willing to run the football and throw and the play actions and hit those little dink and dunks that Brady was famous for, Stefon Diggs doesn't touch the ball because they'll just take him away downfield.
Yep.
But if they want to sit in soft coverage and send the house and you dink and dunk them for 3-4, a 3-yard pass that goes for 8, 9, 10 yards of play, now you got to play a little bit back, and now you can maybe get Diggs in one-on-one coverage, and now it's a problem.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I think they're going to want to make Drake Maye throw the football for whatever it's worth, right? They've seen that he's mistake prone. They're going to want to try to get him into those mistakes. But to your point too, when Maxx Crosby is your biggest thing, and the opposing team's weakness is their offensive line, and I hate to bring up Mac Jones, but do you remember Mac Jones in his first game against Miami, and Brian Flores just threw like everything at him? But
Yep.
Like one of Mac's strengths was like actually reading the defensive line and knowing where his out was. That's going to need to be Drake Maye this game. He's going to need to get rid of the ball quickly, or just know to get rid of it and not take a sack.
But you're also talking about a second-year quarterback now, not a rookie.
Right.
You're talking about a guy who's, I think he came in week 4 last year or week 5. Like, he came in early enough in the season that he had most of his season. He's been in the NFL now. He's not coming as a rookie. And again, I think he has an OC that, let's not forget, he's got an OC that was really a Cam Newton fumble away from possibly getting into the wild card.
Right.
He got Mac Jones his only productive season as a quarterback in the NFL. I can't stress enough, and the fact that I for any of you who didn't watch our pilot episodes, which are no longer available, but for anybody who didn't watch our pilot episodes, the fact that Mike was able to admit to me, maybe Josh McDaniels is a guy we need to have in town from an OC and quarterback thing. I'll tell you what, I was watching the preseason game against the Giants, and I was so excited that I think like their first pass of the game was a screen pass. And I was like, that's just vintage Josh McDaniels right there. But those are the kind of plays that if you want to send the house, set up the screen, throw a little dink and dunk, throw a little RPO, or a little play action, and kind of make them honest. And I think Josh McDaniels as an OC has the patience to dink and dunk up the field, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And this is, I think, a little sneaky advantage the Patriots have right now is you kind of mentioned it, right? Like we know Josh McDaniels' playbook. We kind of know what he's going to do, but at the same time, there's those rumblings that like he's incorporating, more RPO, more zone run, all these things, like kind of shadows of what we saw with Cam, but like obviously Cam was at the end of his rope.
I think it's going to be more similar to what we saw with Tebow.
Right. And I was just going to say, like, Drake Maye's a lot more physical, a lot more athletic at this stage. I think he might be a better passer than Cam maybe ever was, So that's working.
I'm telling Sarah.
Yeah, she's going to be upset.
She still thinks he's the quarter. No, I love you, Sarah. She's doing big things. I'm happy for her.
Yeah, she is. Good. Shout out.
Got her start right here.
Yeah. Does she credit you every once in a while?
Never.
Yeah, okay. We'll revisit that.
Things kind of ended weirdly with Dear Pats Nation and Sarah, but we're happy to see her.
Time heals all wounds.
Yeah, we follow each other on Twitter again. So it's or X Twitter.
X Twitter.
X Twitter. X Twitter. It's like someone was talking here in Toronto. It used to be called the Sky Dome. Now it's called the Rogers Center. Someone's like, it's always going to be the Sky Dome to me. And I'm like, it's always going to be Twitter to me, man.
Ask a certain Steelers fan about Acrisure Stadium, a.k.a. Heinz Field.
Acrisure Stadium. I'm sure he's just... Are you guys still like on Discord all the time? Like,
I talk to him once in a while. Not as often, but once in a while.
Does he think this is the best team the Steelers ever had?
He's not that deluded.
All right. Drake Maye, second year. Obviously, we need to see some things happen. He's got Josh McDaniels behind him. Geno Smith, familiar with the Pete Carroll system.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
I think Geno Smith, not a superstar, but it's been a steady veteran in the NFL. Which quarterback room to you between the Raiders and the Patriots right now, not for the future, but right now, have more upside?
Who's behind Geno? I don't even know.
They just traded for somebody. Raiders backup quarterback. They just brought in.
Was it Hendon Hooker?
I think so. They brought in what's a pretty reliable backup, I believe.
Either way, I'm still gonna say.
Well.
I'm still gonna say it's Drake Maye. If he hits his ceiling this year, I think all of us kind of expect.
Oh no, they got Kenny Pickett.
Oh, still,
that's a reliable backup. I like Kenny Pickett. I think Kenny Pickett should be a starting quarterback somewhere.
I don't know about that one, but maybe somewhere, maybe like a certain Indianapolis team right now.
Oh no, they've got the most stacked quarterback room in the world. They're going to win 15 games this year.
At least 15, maybe undefeated.
Somebody who knows nothing about us is going to see that and stop watching us because they're just going to think we're idiots.
That's fine. People usually do. Yeah, I don't know. Drake Maye. I'm going with the ceiling on this. If everything goes well for the Patriots this year, I think we expect bigger things out of him than Geno Smith and Kenny Pickett. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, but I just think Kenny Pickett is a good, reliable backup if something were to happen.
Oh yeah. If you're talking about a depth perspective, yeah, Josh Dobbs is gonna. Or actually, no, we have Tommy Cutlets too.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, I like the Patriots backups better.
I
love it.
I always have a thing about who's a quarterback I believe should have been the starting quarterback forever? Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
As soon as Ben retired, Mason Rudolph should have been the starting quarterback.
Yes.
Would my Steelers friend agree with me?
Absolutely. He thought he should have been the starter this year.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
I
Clip
don't
that and send it to him. He'll love you forever. Not that he doesn't already, but
Okay, you send it to him. This way.
yeah. I'll clip it
I
later.
don't understand why Tomlin just will not give him the reins. Like, I think he's a capable starting quarterback.
I don't know.
He's got a very punchable face.
He does. He almost had a squished in face too.
I remember when him and Myles Garrett, right? I remember that whole thing, and I had our friend on,
You did.
and I remember saying to him, I'm like, in fairness, I'm like, Mason Rudolph has the most punchable face in the National Football League.
He does.
Look, how much does Stefon Diggs? How much does Stefon Diggs change the Patriots offense? Is he still a true wide receiver one at this stage of his career? Or is this typical New England Patriots football where we've got a high-end number two as the number one?
That one. I'm thinking, again, if all goes well this year, like a really probably better than any of the number twos that we've seen, here the last couple years. Obviously, we're hoping for something slightly above Kendrick Bourne in probably that like 21 season, like 900-ish yards maybe. Or unless like him and Pop Douglas trade and you see something crazy, like they each get like something around that, I'd be happy.
I think in my notes that I sent you today,
you had a number in there. Let me check. I'm not good with numbers.
I'm pulling it up right now. I had so when I was just doing my thing today, I had him catching 6 for 78 and a touchdown on Sunday.
That's a lot.
It's a big day. I got Hunter Henry catching 5 for 48 and a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a Hunter Henry day. You want to talk about people that I think have been really quiet this offseason that people aren't talking about, is Hunter Henry.
Well, it's funny. That was going to be one of my next questions. I was going to ask you, like, could Hunter Henry actually be the key mismatch in this game, especially against those Raiders linebackers? Like, can they handle him on choice or stick routes?
Yeah, I think when we talked about it earlier, getting big, having both tight ends, and potentially, I think your tight ends, more specifically Hunter, not that I don't think Austin is just as good, right? Underrated tight end duo up here in New England. I think Hunter Henry might be that underrated, as you said, like keystone to this game. He kind of gets forgotten about between last year and some of the chaos of the last couple of years. He's like steady, reliable, really good, seems to catch everything you put in his direction, which what is that critical for? Josh McDaniels, we just talked about one of the keys for Drake Maye's success. He just kind of lines up with all that. So
I'm going to take a little bit of a pause here, maybe pull up one of the comments. Tyree Vaughn commented, "Hey, man, I used to watch you when you were Dear Pats Nation. I'm still Dear Pats Nation. Can't wait to watch you live tomorrow, but I'm glad you're back." You know what, Tyree? I'm glad that I'm back, too. 2 years ago, I was just done with broadcasting, and it had nothing to do with the Patriots being bad. I sat through 2 bad seasons of the Patriots. Like, it had nothing to do with that. Mike knows. I'm not going to get into it. Mike knows the whole backstory. I'd made a poor career choice and aligned myself with a network that didn't really fit the identity of Dear Pats Nation, and they made that pretty clear when we killed Dear Pats Nation almost immediately, and I just became Ray Rout of that network. And when the 2 years I served as their director of sports, I was done, Mike. I was like, I needed a break. We went to Revolution Radio Canada. We did 2 episodes there.
Something like that.
It was a fun concept of sports and music and, hosting a radio show for them. But I think by the time we got there, I was done. And I think you could feel it in my preparation. I mean, I sent you notes today. Like when we did our draft one, which was our first sort of real pilot back, I I remember I sat there. I was like, Mike, I don't know what I'm going to talk about tonight. Like, I think you had the list of draft picks. Me, like, I had not paid attention to. And I actually, and Mike knows this, and I'll tell you guys, when you have fun, like Mike and I are having this year, not trying to be professionals, but just trying to talk about football and be fans. Yeah. It's fun. And I'm excited about football again.
Yeah.
I actually started hating football, and Mike knows this, because the position that I was put in as the director of sports Crier Media, they actually turned me more into a reporter. Like, right. I stopped watching games the way a fan would watch games. Like, the Patriots would score a touchdown, and instead of reacting, I was making notes. And I was watching more Buffalo Bills games than I was Patriots games. And I mean, you know it. There was a time and period I could tell you more about the Buffalo Bills than I could about the New England Patriots, because the network I work for is in Toronto. I'm from Toronto. This is Bills country for the most part down here. And that's what the owner was interested in. So that's who I covered. Big bad Josh Allen. So took a couple of years off and started getting my passion for football back again. And it started with YouTube clips and, watching some of the Glory Days stuff. And I watched, and then I, got into college football last year, the Ohio State University, of course. Right. I've always been into college football, but I got into it last year, like was watching it kind of religiously, because I knew a lot of my fan base didn't interact with me about college. So I could just watch without questions. But I'm happy to be back too. I think that's it. Mike, are you happy to be back?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's not only is the Patriots starting fresh gonna be fun, but like it allows us to turn that page, and like Vrabel's this new big personality that kind of fills the vacuum of Belichick and just kind of creates this thing that we can gravitate around. And to go back to what you said, like Revolution Radio was a cool format. It may have worked, but at that point we went from doing a 3-hour show to multiple, around the horn type of things. And it was just one thing after another of trying to figure out something that was fun but produced in that professional way, which ultimately killed it.
Well, and when your content is being dictated by other people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
When your content is being dictated by other people, you cannot. Sorry, I got distracted by a comment. You cannot.
Don't worry.
You cannot enjoy what you're doing. And Around the Horn was different. Shout out to our boy Ryan and our boy Douglas, two great dudes.
It was fun. I'm not saying, I don't want to say it wasn't.
But we went from talking about football every week to not talking about sports at all.
Yeah.
Like we were not even I was writing about sports for Crier. I wasn't even broadcasting about sports anymore. Like I was just their lead writer. I was no longer a podcaster for them, which made it really weird for me when we put this show together, because there was an expectation that I have a show. And I mean, Around the Horn was a spinoff of Who's Got Next, right, which was half a sports show, half a just nonsense show. And then obviously Mario and I, for whatever reason, had our fallout. And I don't know, he's got beef with me.
Well, I have the internet has beef with you at this point.
Yeah. I like him. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then Connor just disappeared. Kind of like Dear Pats Nation. I think it's time that we make the big reveal.
Yeah.
Up until like a month ago, it was Dear Pats Nation with Ray, Mike, and Connor.
Yeah.
Like Connor paid money into getting things set up, and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah, hopefully we get him on at some point. I know we planned on him originally being like a constant presence on this, but fair disclosure, I think we'll try to get him on for at least a one hitter at some point or another.
Absolutely. But speaking of a one hitter, I made the announcement that Dear Pats Nation was back on my Twitter account.
Yep.
Our boy Kevin Gerard, Miami Dolphins.
Love that kid.
Right away. He's on next week. He's gonna help us tee up. One of the funniest dudes I ever met. Like one of the funniest guys I ever met. And Rico and I are already back in conversations over at Buffalo Fanatics. So like it's
nice.
Things are starting to, we're getting back into things, and we're doing this our way, the fun way, the Dear Pats Nation way, whatever you want to say. We're just here. We're having a good time. I haven't said a swear word, Mike. 40 minutes. I'm doing well. I wrote Mike, I don't want to swear in the show anymore. We can't swear anymore, as if it was Mike's problem that we were swearing on the show.
It'll come out at some point. We'll have a jar somewhere.
All right, we'll do one more comment section here because you got to help explain this one to me. So Adams said Browns, and I don't know in what context. Then he said he had zero defense to help him out, zero last year. I think he was talking about May.
Okay.
And then he said, not good, but will be better.
Not good.
Are we talking about Drake Maye? I assume we're talking about Drake Maye.
I think he means the defense. Maybe May had no defense that had his back. So,
the defense was horrible last year.
The defense was horrible last year. I will give it to Adam on that. We had high hopes for the defense last year and just kind of fell flat on their face, due to some injuries and some other stuff. But
do you think we're going to see Kyle Duggar come back? Like what happened to him?
So supposedly he played through a high ankle sprain most of last year and just had surgery on it, and maybe it just took him up until now to get his feet under him. I don't know. I like Kyle Duggar. I think you've always been a bigger fan of him than I have. I think he's a good player. You're the defensive guy. So, but he's definitely been one of these mainstay Patriots fans, or players for Patriots fans the last couple of years.
Law Dog says Raiders fan here. This is going to be a great game, and I think it is. I think this is a good. If you're a football fan and you want to see a good game, this is going to be a good game because both of these teams are in a precarious situation right now.
Yep.
They've got some key pieces, but they're missing some key pieces. They both have no depth. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a really, really fun game. And good luck, Law Dog. Is he an OG? Has he been here before?
Maybe.
MPS 4040 says, what are your thoughts on Peppers being cut? Well, I talked about that at the beginning of the show. I hate it. I hate it. This would have been a great game to have Jabril Peppers. It would have been a great game to have Jabril Peppers. I haven't had an argument on Twitter in 2 years, and I actually had my first Twitter argument with an Englishman of all things. But Jabril Peppers could do so much for the Patriots.
Yeah.
There has to be more. Like, there has to be more to the story. I think he's going to be signed soon.
Yep.
I don't know why. I would have kept him. That's just my opinion. I think that if I'm looking at the Patriots depth chart and I'm looking at what's happening at safety, I mean, you made a good point. They couldn't get rid of Kyle Duggar. That contract is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that contract is ridiculous. But
yeah, I
Brendan Schooler, you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, Jabril Peppers brought such an energy last year when they were such a bad team. I find it so hard to believe you couldn't find a starting role for that guy, and instead we're going to be starting two rookie safeties
The only
Instead,
thing I can
potentially.
look at, the only thing that I can look at is that, in my opinion, Peppers played his best when they had him as an outside linebacker or even an inside linebacker. That's when he played his best, even though he played everywhere all over the field.
Yeah.
Maybe they're pretty deep at those positions.
Yep.
You know, like, is he going to replace? Are you going to replace Jack Gibbons? No, with Jabril Peppers. You know what I mean? Are you going to replace Anthony Jennings with Jabril Peppers? No. Elijah Ponder, I would, but that's me, right?
Yeah, supposedly they like him. So
yeah,
maybe.
So
this is one of those things. Like, listen, Vrabel knows the team's in a rebuild. You have a vet that probably won't be here for the future, and he probably says, like, listen, we're good with you. We'd be better with you, but long term, like, listen, we don't see you here past next year anyway. So,
which tells me that there's a good chance he doesn't believe in this team this year either.
No, I don't think. Well, I shouldn't say he doesn't believe.
Oh, they're always going to believe. They're always going to believe. But I think that he knows this is still a progression year for them. This is not a
right.
I don't see the Patriots as a playoff team this year yet.
Yes.
Right? And we are going to talk about this at the end, even though we've kind of alluded to it the entire show and kind of given away our thoughts already. But okay, let's get into it. All right?
Yep.
If the Patriots win this game, which it's a coin toss, let's face it. Like, if you look at Vegas, it's a coin toss. But if the Patriots win this game, I believe they have a win ceiling 8 to 9 games. I don't think that's me being an a-hole. I don't think that that's me being a pessimist. I think that that's me really being a realist. I think winning the first game of the season can build some momentum. Building a team that's a coin flip game. But I mean, are you looking up their schedule right now? Because
I am. You know exactly what I'm doing because of my crazy eyeballs.
Yeah. So give me So I think they're going to beat the Raiders, but because they have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the Raiders could win. Again, this is a toss-up game for me, but they have to. So I'm going to say they beat the Raiders. Then they have the Dolphins next week. They're not going to beat Miami.
No, I think they're still a step away from that.
So read the schedule out to me. So right now I got them at 1-1.
All right, first 6 games: Raiders, Dolphins, Steelers.
They're going to beat Steelers.
Okay, with Aaron Rodgers, I put that as a toss-up.
Yeah, but you might as well have Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Panthers
are going to be an interesting team this year.
Yeah, I think that could be a trap game.
That's a toss game for me.
Bills.
I don't know. They're going to get smashed.
Yeah. Saints. The Saints are going to be the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, they're going to beat the Saints.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I gotta expand the thing.
So what I have right now, that's
Titans.
Hold on, that's 3 wins I gave them now, right?
Steelers, Raiders,
Panthers. I didn't get the Panthers.
Saints. No, you said toss up, so we could put that
so
as like
3. So
yeah.
Right now I got 3 guaranteed wins.
Okay. Next game is the Titans.
No.
You don't think they're gonna? I would put that as a win for the Patriots.
All right, we'll give it to them. 4.
All right.
You know more than me. Oh yeah, I don't like the Browns. I don't like the Browns at all.
No, their quarterback situation makes no sense.
I'll give them the win.
Okay. Falcons. Toss up, I think.
Yeah, I'm not going to give it to them.
No. Buccaneers.
I mean, I'm giving them the Raiders without really knowing. You know what I mean?
I think the Falcons are going to be a better team than people think
they could be. They could be. So we got 4 guaranteed. I'm going back to 4. To 4.
Okay. All right. Buccaneers after the Falcons.
Oh no, they're going to lose to the Bucs. I like the Bucs.
Yeah, I do too. Jets.
Yeah, they're going to beat the Jets, but they got Nick Folk.
So toss.
No, they'll beat the Jets, but they're going to lose one of the Jets too. They're going to split with the Jets because that's just so. Right now, I got 5 wins right now.
Bengals. Later in the year.
I don't like Cincy, but yes, they're going to beat Cincy. Or they're not going to beat Cincy.
Okay. Giants.
Hmm.
I think the Giants are the Giants are going to be better than I think.
I think that
Most
the
people
Giants
think.
could be a playoff team. I know
Yeah.
it's a crazy take, so I'm not going to give them the Giants.
Yeah. Bills again.
No.
Not okay. Ravens.
No.
Yeah, possibly the best team in football. Jets. We gave them the first Jets game, so this is the loss.
You know what? Screw it. They're going to sweep the Jets. Give them 6 because I'm running out of games here. I got to get them
All
to
right.
8 or 9 wins.
Last game, Dolphins late in the season.
No.
Dolphins late in the season.
I think the Dolphins are going to have everything to play for.
It's going to be Dolphins late in Gillette.
In Gillette?
Yeah.
Okay, give it to them. So right now I've got 7 wins with 3 maybes with the Raiders, the Panthers, and the Falcons.
Okay.
So we're talking a ceiling of 10. We've just done our ceiling.
Okay.
A ceiling of 10, a floor. I'm going to say a floor of 6 because I'm sure there's a team in there that I picked them for a win that they could lose to.
The one thing I will say is, to your point about either Dolphins, now given we play the Dolphins in week 2, so it probably won't happen, but if Tua gets hurt at any point. Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm not an Alabama guy, as you know.
Yeah.
Even less of an Alabama guy since our quarterback. Big Dante Hightower guy, though. So Anthony Jennings, I think, is Alabama as well.
I think he might be one of the last ones.
Yeah. I think he's one of the last Belichick guys, too, right? No, Barmore is Alabama as well, too, is he not?
Yeah, they both are.
Yeah. I guess I like Alabama. I just don't like watching them win.
He just doesn't like Mac Jones.
I was a big Nick Saban guy. Yeah, I just don't like Mac Jones. But I just, you got to look at Tua's career and just feel for the kid. And just feel for him. But I'm also worried for the kid.
Yeah.
I'm actually worried for him. Can he take another concussion?
I don't think so.
And he really kind of gets the Cam Newton treatment as far as I'm concerned. I think that teams take liberties with him and that flags don't get thrown. That's just my opinion.
I will say, 2 of those concussions that come to memory were him doing boneheaded things.
No, I know. Some of them are his fault.
Yeah.
But he takes a lot of hits.
Yeah, he does. It's one of those things where it's like karma or the universe or whatever you want to call it. The football just don't like you for whatever reason.
So I want to thank everybody who's been commenting. Adam, Law Dog, MPS, Tyree, McChicken with his Michael O'Neill account because McChicken got I guess he got banned out for some reason. We will, though, throw this up here. Maybe if I clicked it. It's from a Law Dog Raiders fan. It says, if you guys think the Patriots beat the Raiders, what do you think the score will be? So, Mike, let me give you my overall prediction, which you know already. But because I sent you my notes. Let me give you the stats for the day. So I think that Drake Maye is going to go 23 for 34. 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, interception. Is going to rush for 25. If Ramondre Steven is active, I think he's going to run. He's going to get 16 touches for 78 yards. Henderson could get 9 to 12 if Ramondre is limited. I think Diggs, as I said, is going to go 6 for 78 and a TD. I think Hunter is going to have a big day, 5 receptions, 48 yards. I have given the Patriots the win because I have to, Mike. Because this is a game the Patriots have to win.
They do. They really do.
If they have any shot of enjoying the postseason, getting to a wild card game, getting smashed by Buffalo or whoever they're playing, They have to win, and I've got it floating around 23-20. That's the game. I think it's going to be a defensive slugfest. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I think both teams are going to run the football, and I think that you've got two teams with no depth who are in a growth situation with two coaches that are trying to establish themselves on their new teams. It's going to be a great game. And because I'm a Patriots fan, I'm going to give them the 23-20 win.
Yeah, my score will be something similar. I'm not going to go through all the stats. I think it's going to be a really close game, either within probably 6 points. I'm going to put it, somewhere give or take there. I don't think it's going to be super high scoring, mainly because of the Patriots. I think they're going to want to run the ball. I think they're going to want to control the line of scrimmage. I know there's Raiders fans that are like us on the opposite end of the spectrum that are saying the exact same things we are. Pete Carroll's honeymoon, they have to win this game because the West is a super competitive division. But I just think they put the ball on the ground to limit those turnovers, and conversely to kind of echo what you're saying. I think, and usually this is the key to the game, whoever gets a scoring turnover is going to win this game, essentially.
Yeah, someone's going to beat themselves. I think that's what it's going to be, and it's going to be that old school, don't beat yourself.
Right.
And it'll be interesting to see which team can. Mike, week 1, finished, done, over. In the books, it was fun. We had consistently people in the live stream, so want to thank everybody. Let's just get Law Dog's last comment in here. It says, if the Raiders can show this possible office, they might have the game. Will go a different way. It's just a matter is how much they
on their own page with each other.
Yeah, be on their own page with each other. It's okay. I type like that too, Law Dog. It's okay.
Yeah, me too.
I'm exactly the same. Good luck, Law Dog, to you and the Raiders. Again, it's going to be a good game this week. If you were here for trash talk football, that is not who Mike and I are. We're actually terrible trash talkers, unless it's Steelers fans or Bills fans. I'm pretty good at infuriating the Bills Mafia. And actually, the best smack I talk is the Patriots fans.
There might be some good smack talk next week. Whoever decides to pop in, we can work on our Miami trash talk a little bit.
Maybe we will have our boy Kevin Gerard on next week, who is a Dolphins fan who can talk a lot of smack, but he's a fun guy. It'll be a lot of good. Anyways, guys, we'll be back next Monday. This was a special episode because it was Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
And I was just enjoying my weekend with the love of my life. So had to do that. And not my kids, because they didn't want to spend any time with me, but spent it with my bride. And so you can join in the live stream every Monday at 10 p.m. or immediately following the Patriots game if they're playing Monday Night Football. And I haven't asked Mike this, maybe I'll throw it out now. Would love to, if that's the case, we do Thursday nights. If the Patriots have a Thursday night, or when the Patriots play on a Thursday night, do a post game on a Thursday night. I think that could be a fun little thing to do.
Yeah, we can figure it out as we go. You guys will learn about me, the new people. I am very flexible. If Ray tells me, hey, we're going to be on, I'll probably be with him.
And for those of you who don't know me, I have a day job that has me showing up to shows in a shirt and tie. That can really change on a dime. I know at the end of October, I'm at a conference, so we might have to do a Sunday night. So we're kind of fluid. We're going to try for every Monday at 10. But what I can tell you is the podcast is going to get uploaded immediately after the show. So as soon as I can get off, say goodnight, I will download it, put it up. You can find it Spotify. I think it's just Spotify right now. I have to do the whole clear through Apple Podcasts, but you have to have an episode, Mike, before you can actually do it. Appreciate y'all. And in the link in this description, if you're interested in doing your own podcast, can I suggest using StreamYard? That's what we use. It's the technology that we use so that we can pop up your comments and do all that kind of stuff. There is a link in our description. You can get 10% off. on your StreamYard. And if you ever wanted to, I don't know, shave your pubic hair, you can go to Manscaped, Mike. You can go to manscaped.com. You can use a promo code RAYROUT. That's RAYRAUTH. And you can save 20% off every single order you make by using the promo code RAYROUT. I still, on a monthly basis, get an order of Manscaped boxer shorts delivered to me, the most comfortable boxer shorts in the world. And guys, we don't get paid unless you click those links and buy things. So click those links and buy things. It's a recession. We need money. And we're getting tariffed. And if you want to save money by using our promo codes. And with that being said, Mike, tell me about those Patriots.
They're going to be legit, kid.
Dear Pats Nation, it's just about time. Yeah, we're back. You know it's Dear Pats Nation. Nation. Yeah. It's Dear Pats Nation. Nation. Come on. Yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation. And the show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think it was a good